Hi, I'm with Louisiana Reads, and I'm going to talk to you about sound awareness. Sound awareness is a child's ability to hear the sounds in our language and to hear the breaks between words in spoken conversation and sentences. Sound awareness is an important aspect of oral language development and later goes on to influence a child becoming a reader. So there are many ways you can work with your child to help them develop sound awareness. One example is playing a game. What sound do you hear? This can be done in your house. You can go on a sound scavenger hunt and listen for dogs barking outside, birds chirping, getting them primed to listen for sounds in their environment. You can also go through your house and name certain objects like the couch, pillows, curtains, the TV, and talk to them about what they hear at the beginning of those words. They'll develop that ability to hear that initial sound or beginning sound in a word first. Later, when your child is a little older, maybe preschool age, more developed, they can start to hear the ending sound in words as well. So in the word couch, they could hear that at the end and start to identify that. Other things you can do is do alliterations. She sells seashells by the seashore. So a lot of these tongue twisters have alliteration in them when there are multiple words that have that same sound, in this case, s. And children love to play with and identify those sounds. There are also activities you can do with your child, grocery shopping, in the pet store, in the home goods store, wherever you are, there's that opportunity to have that conversation and to find objects with different sounds. So we're going to take a look at some different images collected at some stores and talk about ways that you can incorporate and have a conversation with your child about the sounds in these common objects. Bell peppers allows us to practice the B and the P. Tomatoes, T. Bananas, B. Pears, P. Lemons and limes, O. Cakes, K. Pizzas, P. Flowers and vases, F and V. Plants, P. Flowers or leaves, L. Couches, K. Painting, P. Candles, K. Pillows, P. Chair, Ch. Dog, D. Hamster, H. Siberian hamster, S and H. Bearded dragon, B and D. Tortoise, T. Parakeet, P or bird, B. Turtle, P. So I hope that gave you some examples of how you can use everyday experiences with your child to help motivate them, engage them, and have them listening for the sounds in our language. So another thing that you can do with your child to help improve their oral language is, of course, reading aloud with your child. You can use a variety of picture books. The local library is a great resource for collecting a large variety of books on different topics and seeing what really engages your child. But some of the books that we're going to look at are chosen specifically to help focus on that sound awareness. So we'll look at books that have alliteration, and just like this, She Sells Seashells by the Seashore. Okay, so we have that same sound repeated throughout the book to help build awareness. We'll look at other books that have onomatopoeia. So click, buzz, whap, and they spell out the sounds that children frequently hear. And this helps them start associating sounds with letters. And another thing that we will do is just look at how to use any type of picture book to hone in on and really focus on that sound awareness and building those sounds in our language. So another good way to work on fostering sound awareness with your child is at the local library and through children's books. So you can look for books with alliterations like Silly Sally, books with onomatopoeia, which are words that spell out a sound. So a good example of this is click, clack, moo, cows that type. And throughout this book, you will find examples of this alliteration. So we have again, click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo. And children get used to that pattern, and they can also start identifying those beginning k and the sound, and they can also at a later stage identify those ending sounds. Also by Doreen Cronin is Giggle Giggle Quack, and she has several other books that follow along these lines that have that onomatopoeia feature in them. There are multiple Mother Goose books, and Mother Goose is great because it started out as an oral language tradition in England, and for that reason all of the sounds that are in the English language can be found in nursery rhymes. So this is a great way to foster rhyme awareness. It also teaches kids to listen for the rhythm that's in these various rhymes. And so some of these are done in musical form as well. You can read it as is, or you can use them with the musical notes that are involved. But you hear the rhyme, Jack Sprat could eat no fat, and the kids learn to listen for which words have a similar sound. This helps later when they need to break words into sounds in order to read. There are also books, like Tito Puente, that talk about music and sounds we hear in the world around us that help kids learn to listen for sounds out and around the world. So this has onomatopoeia in the forms of what would sound like drum beats and sounds on the street. This is onomatopoeia in an alphabet book. So it goes through arf, buzz, cluck, and it is a rather noisy alphabet. And it talks about animal sounds, but we also have, we hiss, we hum, we hoot, we howl. So we hear the in all of these words. And this helps children to begin to recognize those sounds and to hear those patterns, which is part of the development of oral language that later helps them to become fluent readers.